Well, fancy yourself as a bit of a property mogul in the making. We hear great stories of people making their fortune by investing in property, but how easy is it? Helen Collier Kogtevs is a real estate success story, and she joins us now to tell us where to begin. Welcome, Helen.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Helen, it's so hard at the moment. The property market has gone through the roof, particularly in the big cities. I've got a younger brother who's trying to get into the market, and it's really difficult to know where to start. Can you help us?
Sure, absolutely. I'm a big fan in doing your homework before you decide to go down to the bank and get pre-approval, which is what a lot of people tend to do. The first thing they do is go and get pre-approval from the bank manager. But I'm a big fan of actually obtaining a credit file, because it's a file that we all have. Most Australians have a credit file.
What is a credit file?
It's what the lenders will look at to see how you are as far as a risk rating goes, whether you're a high risk or whether you're a low risk before they actually lend you any money. And quite often, a lot of people do have issues with their credit files or incorrect entries. So it's all about finding out, what do the lenders see before they lend you money?
Is this like the old sort of secret squirrel credit rating that the bank manager used to know about you, but you really didn't know?
Correct, absolutely. Well, most Australians don't know that they can actually obtain a copy for themselves.
All right, so step one, get that organised.
Correct.
Step two, what sort of homework do you need to do about, you know, areas to buy in?
Well, before we get into the areas, there's a couple of other things. I'd like you to do a budget. Let's see how much how much surplus you have after you've paid all your bills. Have do your goals. Write down what is it you want to achieve. Do you want to buy one property, two or three? Without having that goal, you don't know what you're aiming for.
Right.
So, and then also the other thing I'm a big fan of is credit cards. A lot of people have credit cards with $10,000, $20,000 credit limits, and they think that's a good thing. But the reality is, for every $5,000 credit you have as a limit, it reduces your borrowing power by $25,000.
This is interesting, isn't it, Swanee? Because when you go to the bank to apply for a loan, they'll say that, and you say, what's your limit on a credit card? And you say $5,000. Yeah, but I've only got $200 on it. And they say it doesn't matter, because potentially, with interest, you could be going up to about $20,000.
Correct. They take the full limit into account when they're working out their calculations.
When you say budget, though, I sort of start yawning.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, let's say someone's on, let's just pick a ballpark figure of $50,000. How do you structure and give advice on what exactly do they need to do to come up with their budget?
Okay, well, budget really shows you history. It tells you how you have been spending your money. So it's all about sitting down with all your bits and pieces, your phone bills, your gas, electricity, your car, fuel, all those costs, writing them down and having a look at what you've been spending your money on over a period of a month or 2 months. If you have no idea, maybe just start writing everything down from today onwards for the next couple of months to keep an eye on where your money is going. Quite often what a lot of people tend to find is at the end of the pay week, there's no more money in the wallet.
That's true. So how do we have an investment property if there's nothing left?
That's right. It's because we're not actually monitoring where our money is going. We just spend it on a cup of coffee, you know, or whatever. We're out and about, we're buying something, and before you know it, all your money's gone. So having that budget allows you to actually identify where your money is going, and hopefully, just even if you saved yourself, you know, if a cup of coffee is $4, and you bought one less cup of coffee a day, you know, there's $1,500 left over at the end of the year that you could put towards investing that you didn't have before.
Right.
So it's just the little things that you do that can make the big difference.
So let's assume that we've done our budget and we've worked out that we do have, you know, a little bit of money that we could use. What's the next step then? An ordinary person wants to buy an investment flat.
Okay, all right. So you've done all your homework. It's now all about trying to find the right property.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you do that is a question I'm always asked. It's about identifying an area that you want to invest in. Obviously, it has to be within your budget and what the lenders are prepared to lend you.
It doesn't necessarily have to be somewhere you want to live, though,
Absolutely. You want to target areas where there's a high rental population. So where there's 30% or more of people living there renting. Okay,
so maybe look for universities or
that
sort of
lifestyle streets where there's lots of infrastructure, all of those sorts of things where young people want to live. You know, quite often the population of people living in that suburb consists of a high number of tenants.
All right, fantastic. Well, look, you've written a book with all the tips in it, and the tips are going to be on our website as well. Really worth having a look, because you don't need to make millions to have a little property ticking away. Thank you so much, Helen, for coming and joining us. We'll make real estate moguls of you yet.